Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to make 2 anniversary wine bottles. I was approached by the customer asking for a unique anniversary present idea. And I asked, what do they like to drink? And they said they like wine. So the first thing I thought about is actually making a wine-shaped pine plaque, as you can see here, with a black and white photograph that was put onto the laser. Now this came out really, really nice, but something unique happened during this project, the first time in 4 years since I started CNCKing.com. Originally I gave 2 planks to the customer and I said, which one do you want us to engrave? And they picked the one that actually I wanted to engrave on, so it kind of worked out. Now this is the result from that. Now it might be hard to see in the camera, so what I'll do is I'll do a quick look at it. And you can see how awful everything came out. Now compare that to the good one, and you can see why obviously we made another version of it. So what happened with this one here? Basically a lot of different events came together, and it actually worked out great for the customer because the results were so awful. I sent them a picture of it and I said, obviously I'm going to redo it properly on something else because this is just 1 in 4 years to happen like this. But I think this would make for an amazing gag present. And they agreed with me. And I said, again, if this was my family, I'd give them this one first and then wait to see the reaction. Then I'll give them the proper one. And happily they agreed. So I'll be shipping them this one here and the other one. But what happened with this one here? Quite a few things happened. The first thing is, you'll notice the head here, you have a very, very strong grain. Now a lot of this stuff you don't really see ahead of time, and the reason for that is because the grain is, like the wood is flat, and you can see the grain pattern, but you don't really have an idea of the density it is. When it comes to laser engraving, everything is based off material density. There's not a two-way feedback system like the router behind me. And what that means is, the laser always has the same power going straight down onto the material. Whether the material is denser, well then it goes less deep. If it's less dense, well then it goes deeper. So there's more power able to go into the material to vaporize it. What happened on this one here is that it just happens to hit a section here, you can see all the way up there, where the density was so huge that there's no way to adapt to it using a whole bunch of different processes. The first thing I thought about doing was, after I saw this, I don't think this is repairable, but let's give it a try. So I did a couple more passes over the area to try to flatten it out, and it just didn't work, and it's just too strong of a grain difference. Even running with your fingers, one feels like metal, the other one feels like a sponge. So just luck of the draw. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at this one here, being laser engraved and cut. after the customer and I both agreed this was going to be totally a gag gift, the first thing I realized is I'm not going to sand this at all. And I'll remove some of the masking paper, but I'll leave a lot of it there. So that's why you see some of this stuff here. This is actually the masking paper. If I were to remove this, it'd actually be nice and clean just like this. But it just adds to the ugliness, I guess, of the gag because it looks just so awful. Now what we're going to do is do the proper one. And let's do a quick side-by-side again. So you can see just the difference in the grain. Again, this one's a laminated board, this is a solid board. They're both pine. It just happens that I get that one little piece, as you can see here, that just had a huge difference in grain density. Regardless if the plaque is for corporate use or personal, anniversaries, weddings, what have you, CNCKing.com can only design it, but also fabricate it and ship it right to you. Sometimes, of course, unexpected things happen, and I think that's kind of fun to share with the customer and say, obviously we're going to make a proper one. This one didn't work out, but if you want it to play a joke with your family, I have no problem doing that. I have no problem sharing that online with videos and other pictures too. I think life is a lot more fun when things are a bit more spontaneous, and I think this will make a really nice memory for everybody involved when they actually present them the proper plaque. So if you're looking for a custom plaque, contact me at CNCKing.com.